Hello, welcome to Oyatana Tarot channel. Thanks for watching. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for Sagittarius about what to know of your current situation. Okay, you have cards coming out for you already. Two of Swords, Eight of Cups. Okay, what else should Sagittarius know about their current situation? That's quite okay. Let's take one more. For Sagittarius, what should Sagittarius know about their current situation? Okay, interesting. The Nine of Cups pops right on top of the Nine of Pentacles. Ooh. Okay, Sagittarius, you have the Two of Swords, Eight of Cups, Five of Wands, Ace of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups showing up for you, Sagittarius. This is quite a combination. So you're walking away from something to walk towards something. I'm saying that you're walking towards building something, Sagittarius. You're walking towards building something. And everything is in collaboration. You're collaborating with people to build something. This is a lot of success. I can see here that you're very conscious of what you're doing. You take a conscious effort to build a business, is what I can say here, and it's working out well because you're walking away from something with the Eight of Cups and you're walking towards something with the Nine of Pentacles. But it's more like what you have walked towards, because if it was the Eight of Pentacles that was here, I'll say you're still building at it. But with the Nine of Pentacles showing up for you in your reading, Sagittarius, it is that you're currently in the state of achieving what you have worked for. And what you walked away from to build is becoming materialized, right? So your manifestation, what you have manifested, you are seeing the results of your manifestation right now, Sagittarius, because you have the Eight of Cups showing up for you, basically telling you that you have left something behind. You have moved away from something. You have moved away from someone. You have moved away from an idea. You have moved away from maybe even a principle. Maybe you've changed your mind. Maybe you have evolved. Maybe you have developed something that has to do with a transitioning, but a transition that is a deliberate, total thing, right? And the Nine of Pentacles says achievement. The Nine of Cups says selectiveness. So what you walked away from, choosing yourself. Yes, I see here that you're choosing yourself. Because you can see with the Two of Swords here is choices. And so you have chosen yourself by moving away from having to maybe denying yourself of something. You have selected, you have chosen yourself, you have ensured that you're not biased, right? So you have been able to close your eyes and make the right decision, make the right choice, which for you is moving on, moving out in some cases, moving away from someone, or being apart from someone with the Eight of Cups. And the Nine of Cups means that now you're very selective about the people that are around you, which has led to the Five of Wands. I'm saying here, this is like a career reading. Sagittarius, this is really like a career reading, because this has to do with work, this has to do with material, this has to do with people, right? So and with the Nine of Cups, you selected, and it could also be that you are selected amongst people, I'm even seeing here that it is you doing the selecting. So you are very selective of the people that you're around that comes towards you. And now, because of that selective spirit that you have, the understanding to know who and what works for you, that is why you are able to have a union of minds, really, with the Five of Wands, having selected the right kind of people to be with you, and having surrounded yourself with the right kind of energy, right kind of minds, right kind of people, right kind of mindset. That is what you have now been able to develop and build into a legacy, right? So let us see why. I don't even think I need to ask more information. Look at the bottom of the deck, you have the Star and then the King of Wands. Sagittarius, your energy in this current situation is a very good one. You have a very, very good energy, Sagittarius. So the Star card popping out for you. So it's basically that, like I said earlier, your manifestation is developing into reality. You are in a stage of living your manifested reality. You're living your manifested life. You're living the reality of your manifestation, Sagittarius, right? With the King of Wands, you're in control, right? Because with the Star card, is whenever I see the Star card, it always reminds me of having to wish upon a star, right? Wish upon a star, and whatever you desire, you will get. And I can see with these cards right here for you, Sagittarius, it is what you have wished for yourself that you are living in presently, right? So the King of Wands, what's been it? Oh, judgment, right? Okay, so everything in your life is being set right. Everything in your life is being set right. With the Judgment card as well, there's balance, right? There's so much balance. There's so much. I'm also sensing here something about an encore. I don't know what that is referring to. Let's see what the encore is referring to. What is the encore referring to for Sagittarius? An encore of what? Regarding what? What does Sagittarius have to know about an encore? That's multiple cards. Okay, Strength card and the Four of Swords. Interesting. I'm sensing something about family here. Family life. You have such good cards showing up for you, Sagittarius. Such good cards that represent fulfillment, that represent success. And with the family life, the anchor here, it's basically talking to you about, you know, when I mentioned the balance with the Judgment card, it's a balance because maybe at some point in your life, you had to let go of one aspect of your life in favor of the other aspect of your life, right? But now you are embracing all, you are all encompassing. So you get to do it again. You get to experience the best version of what you once experienced the worst version of, right? So you get to rewrite the story. You get to redo it. You get to have that relationship again. You get to have a second chance, right? And this is because you chose to have it all when you made the decision with the Two of Swords energy. You choose to with the Ace of Swords, and you can notice that there's, I'm pretty sure you might have noticed that there's a pattern here because you have the Ace of Swords followed by the Two of Swords. That's a concurrent thing, right? Back to back. The Eight of Cups followed by the Nine of Cups. So the Eight of Cups means you walked away from something. The Nine of Cups means you have finally achieved what you want. There's a fulfillment. You are at the fulfillment stage. You are at the stage of success, right? And with the Ace of Swords here, it's the beginning of something. It's the creation of something. It's the potential for something new, a kind of breakthrough, right? And with the Two of Swords is to ensure that while you're creating something new, there's nothing that would jeopardize it because you'll be able to make the right choice. So you need to blind yourself in the figurative way to whatever might derail you from your path, which I can see here. The path is the Eight of Cups, and the path is union to merge with the right people, be in the right crowd, be in the right community, and being in this space, being in this kind of atmosphere has helped you to finally achieve the success in your career path. Because with the Nine of Pentacles, it has to do with your career, it has to do with also your family. I'm also sensing here because with the combination of the Four of Swords card and the Strength card, I'm seeing here something that has to do with your family and the balance, because the Judgment card and the Two of Swords card correspond. So it's talking here about balance in your family life, balance in the way that you act, balance in the way that you build, balance in the way that you grow. You are not going to need to have to make do anymore, because you have all you want, all you desire at your behest, at your beck and call, Sagittarius. And with the Star card, you can see how it corresponds with the Ace of Swords to show you that there's a renewal, and this renewal that you have, you are currently living the reality of, has accorded you with an encore, a chance to do it all over again, and you're doing it right this time. You're doing it excellently well this time. It is just telling you kudos, Sagittarius, because everything that you have been pursuing, everything that you have been gunning for, all your goals or your hopes and all your dreams, even the ambitions and heart desires that you were too scared to voice out, you've been able to achieve it. You've been able to finally know that you can be rested. Well, I'm hearing something here as I'm looking at this card. I'm sensing something here about you being attacked. Maybe, I don't know, there's a sense of attack here. Who is attacking Sagittarius? What is attacking Sagittarius? What is the attack? That's a lot of cards. But the most visible one out of the pack of cards that popped out is the Eight of Swords and the Page of Wands. You have the Sun right beneath that. That's interesting. Okay, let's just see the cards that popped out. Okay, let me do it the way they popped out. So Page of Wands, the Sun, King of Swords, Five of Cups, Ace of Wands, Eight of Swords. It's interesting that you have quite a lot of sword reading in your sword card in your reading. This doesn't seem like an attack to me, but there's something, I think there's an underlying effect, because the Eight of Swords and the Five of Cups card can, I would say in your reading, that's the only negative cards in your reading, right? Because even the Sun, and the Sun popping out with the Star. Oh, wow, Sagittarius. This is a wonderful thing, but there's an underlying I'm wondering what the attack is. I just heard it, but there doesn't seem to be anything. Maybe it's an attack that has happened. Maybe that is why you had to walk away from it. And it could be something physical. Maybe there's someone that has threatened you and you had to report them. Or maybe you had to sue them or something. Maybe they stabbed you in the back. Maybe there was an attempt to stab you in the back, but that's why I'm also not sensing that the attack was there, because it was an attempt. It wasn't something that worked against you. And it wasn't something that could cripple you. It wasn't something that could challenge you. People attempted to attack you, but you were able to dispel it, and you were able to move on quickly, right? And you were able to move beyond the attack, the King of Swords energy showing, and walk into the sunshine, right? And it's interesting that this is directly under the Eight of Cups, right? So whatever attack came to you, you're able to move on quickly from it. You're able to move on quickly from it, and you're able to build quickly. So these cards, the word attack here is from the past, from the recent past, right? It's what you moved away from, is what you moved on from. So this is basically telling you that you moving away is not something that you should wonder about or that you should doubt, because you did a good job about it. And That's why you are in your place of rest. That's why you're in place of fulfillment. That's why you're in a place of success. That's why you're finally living the reality of your manifestation, Sagittarius. Let's see, is there any other thing that Sagittarius should know? Okay. Oh, wow. It's quite a lot of message for you. Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant. Just expect abundance. Expect abundance. Expect cash flow. Expect financial increase. Expect maybe an inheritance. Maybe you get a phone call that you have been awarded money. It could be an inheritance from a long lost relative. It could be that they'll call you that there was a class action lawsuit that was won and you're part of the people that get compensation. But there's something here that has to do with inheritance, that has to do with being awarded money, you reward. Outside of that, however, aside that, there's also a great level of abundance coming your way. Look at the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is the introduction, is the beginning of growth, financial growth, material wealth, right? And the 10 of Pentacles is the overall achievement, right? Is the finale, is the fulfillment, is the legacy, is the success, is the nepo baby, is the family wealth. That's what the 10 of Pentacles portends, right? That's what the 10 of Pentacles shows. And then right underneath that, you have the Queen of Pentacles. And then I'm saying the Hierophant. That's why I'm telling you it might be family money. Because the Hierophant really signifies age-old activities. Something really old. So it's giving old money. So like you might be getting money from your inheritance, family wealth. Or it could be that you'll be partnered with someone that is old money. It could be old money, or maybe there's a deal that you're gonna get that will the person that will be paying you will be moneyed from old money. You understand? And because you can see with the Ace, it's the beginning, and if you correspond the Ace of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords, this is, like I told you earlier, this is really, your reading is really showing something about business, right? So if the start of your idea is what made you find balance and maintain balance, and you made a choice to work away and collaborate with the right people, eventually manifest and live in the reality of your manifestation, and finally have fulfillment in all of what you're doing and the zest to do it. Well, it might be that business that you have built is what has made you meet this person that is old moneyed, or that is going to impact your business in such a great way. And I'm telling you, or it might even be that you're going to partner with a legacy business that would increase your revenue, that you would maybe even just have an increment of abundance in your work, in your business, in your career. But I'm sensing this is personal and this is familiar. Beyond just being the possibility of it coming from your business, your career, your work, this sense that I have concerning this particular set of cards in your reading is that it has to do with your family. From your family, maybe there's a long lost aunt somewhere. Because I'm seeing the Queen of Pentacles, so that's feminine energy. Also, it could be an uncle that has very great feminine energy, a relative that maybe you've never heard of, you did not know. Oh my goodness, look at the bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles. This is quite something, because oh my goodness, you have the Ace of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, King of Cups, 8 of Pentacles. Wow. There's a lot of abundance coming your way. This is a lot of abundance that you have. You manifested this, Sagittarius. You manifested this. And you really did a good job manifesting and finally being able to live in the reality of a manifestation, because, oh my goodness, It was something that you put your all into creating. And I think what made it work out for you is because you took a step away from what wasn't working. You quickly left and you quickly built, and now you have a great result. Okay, let's see what the Oracle deck has to say concerning you, Sagittarius. Set the cards. Okay, your current situation. A card has popped out for you already. Let's get another one. Two. Okay. What's the other one? The shapeshifter first popped out for you, and then you have the sleeping giant. Sagittarius. The shapeshifter and the sleeping giant. I will tell you that the sleeping giant relates very greatly with the Four of Swords in your reading. Four of Swords card. Rest and relaxation. A little bit of R&R. Right? But let's see what the Oracle deck says with these cards that have popped out for you, Sagittarius. It says the shapeshifter, which is the first card that popped out for you, says, are you adapting too much to please others, or is flexibility serving you? Where do you need to stand firm? And then you have the sleeping giant that asks, what potential is awakening within you? How can you nurture it? I think we already have the answer. We actually already have the answer about the sleeping giant. For a while you were asleep. For a while you had to just maybe not live up to your potential until you decided to take the bull by the horns, close your eyes, step away, build and create, and finally know that the potential that is within you, you have the capacity to tap into it, build it, grow it, and have abundance, right? But let's see what the shapeshifter card is talking about. Let's get clarity on what the... I want just one card. Just one card. Give me clarity on what the shapeshifter card means for Sagittarius. What's this referring to? About being too flexible and needing to stand firm. Why is this popping up for Sagittarius? Okay, Ray, one card. Page of Wands. Do you remember earlier when I asked to get clarity on why the word attack came to mind while I was doing your reading? The Page of Wands was one of the cards, actually the topmost card that came out in the set of cards that popped out to give clarity. And now the shapeshifter card came out from the Oracle deck, warning you to not be too much of a people pleaser and standing firm, standing for yourself, standing firm. Then I asked for clarity and it shows the Page of Wands. So this has to do with maybe your relationship, passion building. Maybe there's a long-term vision that you have that you need to go for. Don't be scared about it. Don't think that it will fail. No. It won't fail. It will work out. Because just look at yourself as an example and an inspiration, right? I know that a lot of the advice that is given to a lot of people is to look outward when it comes to inspiration, to look at others, the way they're creating, to look at a potential mentor or maybe even a celebrity or just people around you that are doing better than you to help improve your mindset, right? And the whole aspect of, for many people, faking it till they make it. But with you, Sagittarius, in this moment, at this time, the advice that is being given to you through this reading is to look inward, look at yourself, look at how far you've come, look at what you were able to make manifest just by being yourself and doing what you feel like doing, following your intuition, following your instinct. This is the time to stand firm and continue to follow that rule, guided by the achievements that you've made, not being narcissistic about it, but being assured, self-assured that anything that you want will come to fruition. It will work out. Yes, that's what legacy building is. You're building a legacy for yourself. So passionate, fiery, determined. Just keep going at it. You don't need to change yourself for anybody. Be who you are, be your most authentic self, and everything will work out for you in the best way, because it is already well put in place, and you are having such an excellent life experience at this moment, and it feels like it's going to be for a very long time. So Sagittarius, this has been your reading about your current situation. Thank you for watching Oyetana Tarot channel. I will see you in the next video.